We're rolling.
Okay, are we on? Yeah. Hi everyone, we're here with Phoenix. It's the 7th of January 2012. We're on top of the occupied UBS building on Sun Street, just next to the Finsbury Square occupation. So Phoenix, it's now been about, what, 11 weeks? And I just wanted to ask you, what do you think have been the most positive and also the most negative experiences of the Occupy so far?
Yeah, a couple of months or so, whatever it is, 9-10 weeks. What have been the most positive and negative of the Occupy in general?
And of your role here in the UBS building?
That's a couple of angles to the question. There's about 4 there. So basically, most positive aspects, I'll do Occupy and the building. I'll do negative first and I'll do positive because I like to sweeten up with a positive afterwards. So most negative on the Occupy movement. Oh, that's a bit hard actually because I like to be positive and there's a lot of good stuff.
Well, there's things to learn from.
Negative is seeing arguments and division, people arguing unnecessarily, seeing people being violent or nicking off the cause and off each other, people nicking laptops, people nicking phones, nicking off the cause. You know, those laptops, those phones are communication, they're webbing people together, should not be getting stolen. Unfortunately it happens. Yeah, seeing a few people trying to really create a lot of division and arguments, I suppose that's one of the negatives, both in Occupy in general and here. Some of the more positives, I suppose, Occupy movement in general, and then here, well, I do here then Occupy movement in general. Occupy movement, here, some of the most positives, we've had some amazing talks, workshops, meetings, dialogues, discussion on the future. One of my personal projects, Solution Zone TV, you can find it out there somewhere on YouTube. Managed to film quite a few solutions. You know, we really want to network solutions for the environment. This building has seen hundreds and hundreds of these talks, workshops, discussions, cinemas, direct action being taken, change happening, all sorts of amazing people coming and meeting. We've had Trigger from Only Fools and Horses, we've had Tom York from Radiohead, we've had Matey from Massive Attack playing in the basement, raising, there's going to be an album for Occupy Music, going to raise funds for the whole Occupy movement that all the different camps around Britain can raise and get some funds from. Real highlights, you know, some of the people who've come to talk, I suppose Jenny Jones from the Green Party, who's the other one, Caroline Lucas from the Green Party coming to talk. You know, we've had some amazing different people talking. There's a famous banker guy, I can't remember, Leslie or something, came and basically said the economic system did collapse a few years ago, it's still collapsing now, it's not sustainable, what are we going to do? From a banker's mouth, that's quite you know, a good thing to see. I think some of the positive aspects of raising a massive amount of media awareness, locally, nationally and internationally. We've had all sorts, you know, French, Spanish, Italian, Brazilian, Iranian TV come in, film talks, workshops, discussions. We've had some very big networking group. What are they called? Oh God, what were they called? Something Civitatis. Or Now, initially some of our lot did the research and Civitatis came up as a liberal but right-wing think tank, so they're all ready to jump on them. Yeah. But actually when they came, we found out they were called something slightly different called Civitatis or Civitadad or whatever. Yeah. And what they actually mean is humanity, and they network at the level of Mikhail Gorbachev and big international summits about getting solutions working and all that kind of thing, which is, you know, a pretty positive thing. You know, we've got to work at all dimensions and levels to sort out the planet for a more peaceful, sustainable future. Absolutely. There's a lot of that networking going on in this building, but also with the Occupy movement in general. You know, there's over 1,000 cities now occupied all around the world. You know, someone who's been involved with, you know, nearly 20 years of squatted community centres and direct action movement through the road protests, through Reclaim the Streets, through, you know, the climate camps, international protests. You know, having gone to, you know, Prague and seen, you know, Genoa, Seattle, wanting to go to Seattle or Genoa, but, you know, coming back to kind of like the international protest, the consensus decision-making process that went into climate camps, that is now spreading across the world to over 1,000 cities. There is a major consciousness shift going on this planet at the moment where people who've never got in touch with direct democracy, open air, everyone can get involved, community, decision-making process about the future. One of the quotes was saying, like, you know, housewives, scientists, bankers, school teachers, builders, bricklayers, plumbers, bakers, children, adults, old people, all meeting in this open air camps in over 30 cities around this country, in over 70 in Spain, in over 70 in America, all those being clamped down upon, in over 1,000 cities around the world, to occupy Mumbai, to occupy Australia, New Zealand. There is a really incredible dialogue and discussion on the future going on, which is really needed. One of my mates, Susanna, I call her tribal grandmother, she used to come and camp out at all the road protests. She said years ago, back in '96, what we need is a global 24-hour televised discussion on what we're going to do to sort out the environment. And back in them days, just about the internet was starting, and they didn't know about live stream, and we didn't know about Mumble and blah and all the rest of it going on, and Skype. And now that is going on. People are discussing how bad it's got and how we can make it better, and that's one of the most positive things about the Occupy movement. That discussion and dialogue is going on in 1,000 places, and people are actually taking action, they're linking up projects and they're making projects happen, and that makes me very excited, you know, after years of struggle and campaigning for all this, to see it's happening in 1,000 cities is an amazing thing. One little last bit I'll share is Occupy Sheffield, good on them. Occupied a Salvation Army citadel the other week. I've been on the phone about 6 times to them, giving them knowledge and experience from squatty community centres. They've nearly negotiated a deal with the owner, they're about 90% of the way there, to get a deal for 6 months to use it as some kind of community project. And the next National Occupy conference, once a month happens, is going to be around the 21st, 23rd, somewhere in Sheffield at this Salvation Army citadel. And it's a nice little personal one because we were evicted years ago from the very first Salvation Army citadel that General Booth set up, and we went round the Salvation Army and said, please, we want our Rainbow Centre, Community Centre, Squatted Centre, please leave us here. And they said, homelessness is our biggest business, don't you know, and kicked us out and evicted us. So good on Sheffield, Occupy the Salvation Army citadel, good on the Occupy movement, keep it up, keep networking, keep discussion, keep dialogue, and setting up your occupies and setting up your community centres.
Well, Phoenix, thank you very much, and just like to say thank you for your help in reoccupying the planet and for your assistance.
Occupy the planet.
Reoccupy. That's basically what it is. It's a reoccupation back to normal people who care about love and sharing.
Go on, Charlie.
Phoenix, thank you very much, man.
Wicked.
Good, man.